Pro Team 2. The leader of our team is Zach Smith. I'm Matt Carroll. This is Josh Brook. Josh Bouck. And another member isn't here today, Caitlin Kirshner. She also contributed a lot to this project as well. We also did this in collaboration with our Brazilian partners, Ana Olivia Mascarini, Ciara Esbate Marania, Juliana Rodriguez, Ana Luisa Martihinago, Fernando Enrique Silva, and Erenice Exausta. Our product is a traditional Brazilian candy / dessert known in Brazil as paçoca. What paçoca is, it's pretty simple. It's a simple mix of mostly ground peanuts, cassava flour, sugar, salt, and some corn syrup to provide for the texture. There are different ways it is made across the nation of Brazil. There's one diet version if you have to lose weight, one with no sugar in it if you're diabetic or can't consume sugar in your diet, and there's one if you really like peanuts, it's more highly concentrated with peanuts. It originated in Brazil, and to be more specific, it originated in the city of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And it's usually made into either squares or cork-like shapes for people to take and just enjoy on their own. Our mission with this project is to collaborate with our Brazilian partners to bring a new product to the United States for all to enjoy. We hope this product will help to slightly enhance the day of everyone who consumes this product. We don't plan on changing your life by giving you a nice, delicious snack. That's not what we plan on doing. However, we just want to supply that feeling of, that's pretty good. That little boost you get when you have a snack you like, and which can help your day slightly for you to move forward. Our vision, as far as paçoca goes, is for it to become nationally recognized. When you think of paçoca, our vision is not to think of it as, oh, that's some Brazilian snack. It's good, but it's just some Brazilian snack. But rather, for us to become nationally recognized and for it to eventually be on par with traditional U.S. snacks such as candy bars, cookies, cake, and etc. So we want you to think, let me have some paçoca, and to try to make it not so foreign to the U.S. consumer. Our KRAs within this project is, first, we want to find a traditional, common Brazilian recipe. As I said before, there are many variations with the paçoca recipe, but we want to find the one that represents paçoca as a whole, instead of just, Uncle Charlie's version of paçoca. We want the regular, common paçoca that most people in Brazil are accustomed to eating. Also, we want to make sure we introduce this product clearly to the United States. A lot of you probably have never heard of this product, so if you see it at a store, you may be weary of trying it because you won't know exactly what you're getting. So something we're going to have to do is make sure we introduce this product to U.S. consumers and make sure they know what they're getting. Also, this product is much healthier than traditional cookies and snacks and candy because it's pretty simple, made of all natural ingredients, so it's not filled with preservatives or anything like that. So we want to make sure we clearly help to understand the health benefits you're getting when you try paçoca. And another thing we want to do is find the key market, because if you're selling anything, your product isn't going to appeal to absolutely everybody. So what we want to do is we want to find either the region and or the demographic that our product fits in with and make sure we market to them so that they're our customer base, so that we have a base of customers before we try to reach more. Also, another opportunity with this product is, in Brazil, Hershey's actually makes candy bars with paçoca in them. And so with America, a lot of companies like to cross-market their candy with other snacks, and especially if they're trying to appeal to more healthy consumers, our snack is healthy, so that's another opportunity for us as well. So I think there are a lot of opportunities for us to market to large companies, and it is key that we try to capitalize on that once we get going. In our SWOT analysis, We identified our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Our strengths is that in America right now, there isn't a strong market for Pasoka, so therefore we don't have that much competition really at all. I don't know any American companies that make Pasoka, so if we introduce ourselves into the market, then we'll be starting with virtually no competition. The Brazilians put marketing mix. What I think that is I think the demographic of the United States is very, very mixed, even more so in Brazil, which is mixed on its own. So I think what they try to say there is you have opportunities to market to a lot of different people. Yes,
The
Dustin?
marketing mix actually is television, radio. That's your marketing mix. It's
Okay.
your vehicles that you're going to be using to communicate marketing through, which is television, radio, internet, that type of stuff is your marketing mix.
And here in the United States, we have a lot of television, radio, and internet, so therefore that it is a strength of ours that we can use all that. Another strength of our product is its simplicity. It's, you know what you're getting. It's, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to stress over what am I putting into my body. You know exactly what you're getting. You're getting peanuts, flour, salt, sugar, and a touch of corn syrup. That's what you're getting. If you like it, then thank you. And if one of those ingredients doesn't appeal to you, then you don't have to try our product. A weakness of this is the lack of knowledge. Obviously, before today, I can pretty much guarantee everybody in here didn't know what Pasoka was. And peanut allergies. If you have a peanut allergy, you clearly cannot try our product because it is made mostly of ground peanuts, which is a weakness within the product because it can't appeal to those with peanut allergies. Also, another thing is within the lack of knowledge is you're unsure of what it's going to taste like. You don't know exactly what you're going to taste until the first time you try it. And some people may be wary of trying the product. And also, because we don't put preservatives in the product, the weakness could be the shelf life of it, whereas you won't have so much time to sell it, and eventually you might have to throw it out. An opportunity with the product of Pasoka is the bargaining power of customers. If customers really want Pasoka, they can tell their stores that they want Pasoka, and stores always listen to suggestions. And at ShopRite where I work, whenever a customer has a suggestion, they want you to write it down and turn it in so they can make sure they're catering to all their customers. So if they hear enough customers say, we want Pasoka, they're going to incorporate it within to the store. Also, as I said before, another opportunity is partnering up with larger, major companies. If we are an upstart, you're able to cross-market Pasoka with the other desserts. For example, as I said, the Hershey bars with Pasoka in them, and many other examples. And also, you can lead nationally in peanut-based products. So when there's people who like peanuts. Peanuts are accessible. Everybody has had peanuts. So there's people that like them. So there's the opportunity for lots of people, if they like peanuts, to try this because it's not simply peanuts. It's peanuts with a few ingredients that make it into a delicious snack. The threats is the role of government. The Brazilians put that one. I think they might be talking about like the FDA and other regulators. It might be heavily regulated, and sometime maybe some Brazilian ingredients may not work as well as American ingredients for the FDA. So we have to make sure we check that out. Product substitutions, which is instead of Pasoka, people might turn to products they're more familiar with, even if they do like peanuts, which are such as cookies, peanut flavored brownies, peanut butter, other peanut type snacks and dishes for people to enjoy instead of the unsureness of Pasoka. Also is the competition in the other companies. If we're going to be a small upstart Pasoka company, if we come out and display that Pasoka can be sold, then other companies who are much larger and have much more power within that marketing mix that Dustin alluded to would be more able to market Pasoka to the general population than we would, so we would have to be wary of competition. How are we going to market Pasoka is, first, we're going to start independent, start selling Pasoka pretty much. It's simple, but it's not simple, but we're going to start by launching Pasoka, and we're going to start to sell. And then potentially as Pasoka becomes more recognized in the U.S., we could cross-market with larger companies after a few years of people buying Pasoka. We're going to sell it as the same size of an average candy or protein bar or granola bar or any other small snack that you can get for either $1.50 or $2, which is the average price of a candy bar, granola bar, or any other type of snack bar that you can get. And we're going to sell it in the same places that those types of snacks are sold, at grocery stores, convenience stores, gas stations. We want Pasoka to become just a regular snack that you can pick up and grab, much similar to a granola bar and that forth, other than it being healthier and more simple. And in our survey, we took 21 responses. And first, after a description of the product, we asked how interested are, and we got, I think, very good results. We got 2 people were extremely interested, 7 people were very interested, 3 people were moderately interested, and 6 were slightly, and 3 were not at all interested. And with the not at alls, we understand that, for example, with peanut allergies, that no matter how good we market the product, no matter how great the product is, it just can't appeal to people with peanut allergies for the very simple reason that if they eat the product, they will harm themselves. Continuing our survey, we asked, what do you like most about this product? Most of our responses were about the all-natural ingredients. A lot of people like that our product is made with all-natural ingredients. They like the fact that they know what they're getting, that our product isn't engineered in a lab, so to speak. They like that feel of simple ingredients, simple product, and consume. A few other responses were the sweetness of it. When you think of peanuts, sugar, you think of simple, sweet, pretty much yummy taste. People like that. And also the texture of the product, ground peanuts, salt, flour, with a touch of corn syrup to kind of make it all stick together. It's kind of like a granola bar, but a little finer, and people like the idea of that as well. And we asked, what do you dislike most about this product? And some people didn't like the addition of corn syrup. People think that's rather an unhealthy portion. And also some people think it's too simplistic. A lot of people think if it's this easy to make, then it can't be that good. If it just has these few ingredients in it, it's too simple. And it seems kind of thrown together to them. And one of the people that talked to us in our survey mentioned that he or she had a peanut allergy, and so therefore his survey wouldn't work. Continuing our survey, it's which of these features wanted to make you purchase the product. And you are allowed to select more than one feature. You don't just have to be tied to one thing. If you like multiple things about the product, you can state that. So most people, yet again, our ingredients was the highest score. Most people like the all-natural ingredients of our product. People like the way they believed it would taste. If you can picture peanuts, some sugar, some corn syrup, some flour, they think that is definitely going to make the product well. They think the idea, we had a few people say the idea of the texture of the product. People like the texture of granola bars and such things as they consume them. They might like that. And we had another category, and some people like the cultural Brazilian aspect, which is not exactly what we were going for, but some people appreciated that. Some people really like peanuts, and there were a couple other responses. And then we asked, how likely are you to recommend this product to someone you know? We didn't score too highly in this category. Most people were in the slightly range. And I think that's the idea, is that they're not too familiar with the product yet because it hasn't been marketed to them. all that much. So I think with this, most of these people are saying, well, I'll try it, but I'm not going to go talking about it if I don't know that much about it. And that's where I think that result of the survey came. Next is, how much are you willing to pay for a 3 to 5 ounce single bar of this product? And all the answers we got were within the range of $1 to $3. Nobody was planning on spending too much money for it. And the most common answer was $2. So that's probably what we'll start at, maybe a little lower at the $1.50 range as we talked about. But most people said they'll pay $2 for it, and they think that's a reasonable price. Our last question was, if our product was available today, how likely would you purchase it? And we did very well, I think, in this category. We got 2 people would extremely like it. 6 people said they're very likely to purchase it. 8 people said they might buy it. 3 people said slightly, they'll think about it, and 2 people wouldn't buy it. Now, how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to have to look at the operational plan and see how we can do this. First is, as a group, we'd have to go to Brazil, and we'd have to find a good paçoca recipe. As we talked about within our KRAs, we'd have to find the right recipe that's traditional, that's not overly tweaked, that just sticks to the basic paçoca recipe. Also, we'd have to find where we're going to produce paçoca. We have to find where we can make the paçoca within Brazil, and then we'd have to find people who are willing to do that. Second, we'd have to find people who would sell the paçoca, because we can't just run around vending it. If we're going to import it from Brazil, we'd have to sell more in order to make up for the cost of us importing. So we'd have to find some stores in the United States and then set up a trade agreement within those stores so that way we can import our product to America and then sell it within those stores. And then our 4th step is we'd have to figure out the logistics of how we do all this. We'd have to set up exactly how we're gonna produce it, exactly how we want to package it, whether we want to do it in bars or in corks, in multiple packages or just singular. And then we'd have to figure out how we want to ship it, either by boat or by plane. Boat is usually the cheaper option. And then we have to figure out how exactly we want to sell it, which factors into the previous steps. Step 5 would be to launch the product. We'd have to actually do all this. We have to make sure we get it in stores, and then we have to start selling. And then step 6 is, once we start and launch the product, we'd have to evaluate where we've come, what the customers think about the product, if the customers think it's either too sweet, or if they love it and they want more, or if they want maybe a little bit of chocolate on the side so we can cross-market to them. We'd have to evaluate what we sell, where we sell it, and who we sell it to, and then move on from there. And that is the end of our presentation. I thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Okay. Make a few more copies of
Thank you.
White.
Oh, he's got one?
He's
You could actually
I try to help.
you'll
remixed it.